Thinking of moving to Oklahoma City? Well, where else might you be considering? Every day I'm hearing from people weighing their options, trying to figure out where their next big move should be. And two cities that seem to pop up pretty frequently in conversation, Dallas and Kansas City. So what's the deal with these two cities? Why are they even competing with Oklahoma City? Pretty different cities. Nevertheless, choosing the right city is a huge decision. It's not just about where you live, it's about where you work, where your kids grow up, and ultimately, where you build your life. You definitely don't want to end up making the wrong call and basically living in traffic in Dallas, or worse yet, eating your weight in barbecue in Kansas City. Then again, what happens if you end up moving to Oklahoma City only to find out that your ex-girlfriend from 10th grade lives there? You know, the one who gave you a wedgie in front of the entire art class? Anyway, I'm sorry, I can't help you with that last part, but I'm gonna break it all down, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why OKC, Dallas, and Kansas City are competing for relocation in Middle America, and which one is right for you. Trust me, you don't wanna miss this one. Thank you so much for joining me here today. On this channel, I talk about all things Oklahoma City and the surrounding suburbs. There's a lot to know about OKC, and that's what I'm here for, to help you make the most informed decision possible. Whether you're thinking of moving for work, a fresh start, or maybe you're just kind of tired of your current city's dating options, and we've all been there. Don't worry, I got you covered. And as I mentioned, today we're going to be doing something a little bit different, putting Oklahoma City head-to-head against two major cities here in the region, Dallas and Kansas City. These cities out here often get compared for things like job markets, cost of living, entertainment options, and just overall general vibes. So let's dive in, compare these cities, and see which ones come out on top for you. But quickly, before we do, if you've been thinking of moving to the Oklahoma City area, whether it's in the next few weeks or few months from now, I would absolutely love the opportunity to help make a smooth move right here to OKC. You're going to find my contact information in the description below, so please feel free to shoot me a call, a text, or an email, or even better, click the link below to schedule a one-on-one video call with me so we can discuss how I can help you buy that perfect home right here in OKC. Let's get into the battle of three Middle American cities, shall we? First up, we have Dallas, Texas, where everything is bigger, including the cost of living. Dallas is a massive city, part of the sprawling Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, which collectively is home to 7.6 million people. That's right, 7.6 million. The job market in Dallas is pretty much booming, with industries like finance, healthcare, and especially tech. It's no secret that tech companies have been flocking to Texas, and Dallas is right there in the center of it all. But let's talk about a major reason a lot of people will end up moving to Dallas. The entertainment. Pro sports teams? Check. Fancy restaurants? You got it. Shopping, nightlife, and cultural events? All pretty much top tier. Dallas is the place where you can go catch a Cowboys game, maybe go catch a concert after, and still go grab a fancy dinner on the way home. If your wallet can handle it. I mean, the downside to all this sounds pretty good. Well, it's expensive, at least by my Oklahoma City standards. Housing in Dallas is a lot more expensive than OKC. We're talking about a median home price of right around $400,000 in Dallas compared to around $260,000 in OKC. And don't even get me started on property taxes. Those will definitely make you reconsider that bigger home. Now, sure, they don't have state income taxes in Texas, but they more than make up for that in property taxes. The overall cost of living in Dallas is about 17% higher than here in Oklahoma City. Utilities? Higher. Groceries? Yep, higher. And traffic? Well, let's just say that if you live in Dallas, you better make pretty good friends with your inner self, because you're going to be spending a lot of time in your car. In Dallas, rush hour starts right around sunrise, and it doesn't end until never. Trust me, you'll have plenty of time to listen to your favorite podcast and still wonder, how am I not still there? Next up, let's talk about Kansas City. And to be clear, we're mostly talking about Kansas City, Missouri, not Kansas. I mean, it's both, but the majority of the city is in Missouri. Confusing, right? That said, Kansas City is kind of one of the most underrated cities in the Midwest. It really does have a rich history, a thriving art scene, and oh man, the barbecue. People literally travel from all over the place to get Kansas City barbecue. With big industries like healthcare, manufacturing, and they've also got a pretty growing tech scene. If you love football, well, you already know about the Chiefs, and if you're a baseball fan, well, of course they've got the Royals. And the city is really known in the Midwest as a great city for art and music culture. Many people will say it's like the jazz capital of the Midwest. Now, for cost of living, Kansas City is definitely cheaper than Dallas, with housing around 33% lower. It's not quite as affordable as OKC, which we'll touch on, but it's still pretty reasonable with a median home price just under $300,000. You can find great neighborhoods in Kansas City, especially if you're into historic homes and tree-lined streets. But remember, if cost is the most important factor for you, OKC is still going to come out on top across all of these options. I mean, yeah, we may not have KC level barbecue or NFL football, but at least we don't have pulled pork stuck to the TV screen from yelling at the refs on Sundays.
Got him!
Now let's talk about my home, Oklahoma City, the underdog that keeps surprising everyone. Over the last few years, OKC has been quietly growing as a city that checks a lot of boxes for people who are relocating. As I've mentioned a ton on this channel, OKC has one of the lowest costs of living in the country, and the housing prices? The median home price here in Oklahoma City is right around $260,000, which by now you're learning is significantly cheaper than that of Dallas and Kansas City. And that means you're going to get way more for your money here, whether it's a nice quiet suburban home or a fully renovated historic home near downtown. And I boast about this a lot on this channel, but OKC has a very strong jobs market with growing industries such as aerospace, healthcare, and energy. Plus, with OKC's steady growth, there's kind of a sense that OKC is really getting revved up. Lots of new developments, cultural projects, and tons of entertainment options are popping up everywhere you look, making OKC definitely a city that's on the rise. Sure, we may not have an NFL team, but college football is huge here with the OU Sooners and the OSU Cowboys. And with basketball, we have the OKC Thunder, and that's a big deal here. They're a lot of fun to watch. We definitely have our fair share of entertainment options, from tons of local breweries, countless museums, and a ton of great outdoor parks like Scissortail Park downtown, the Myriad Gardens. And with my experience traveling all over the world and certainly all over the US, OKC just kind of seems a little bit easier. You're not really going to be battling traffic every day, your money definitely stretches further, and for me, you really get a great mix of big city amenities without the big city headaches. Think of OKC as like that one friend who's pretty cool but never has to brag about it. Although I am kind of bragging about it. But point is, you know they got it together and they have surprisingly nice shoes. And speaking of together, OKC definitely has togetherness down. We are a friendly bunch here in Oklahoma City. Feels like one big sprawling friendly neighborhood. But as I said, OKC is continuing to develop in so many ways. So if you want to take a deep dive into OKC's upcoming developments, I definitely recommend that you check out this video right here. And as always guys, until next time, I certainly hope to OK. See you soon. See ya.